Hello and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. In January 2025, Poland will assume the presidency of the Council of the European Union for a 6-month term. This presents Poland with an opportunity to shape EU policies and address pressing challenges. Piotr Serafin, the new EU Budget Commissioner, in his first public speech since assuming office, said that the upcoming Polish presidency of the Council of the EU will be very beneficial to Brussels. To discuss this, we are joined by Bogusław Chrabota. He's editor-in-chief, Gremi Media. Mr. Chrabota, welcome to TVP World. Thank you for taking the time.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Thank you. Good to have you. So, according to Serafin, the upcoming Polish presidency of the EU, the Council of the EU, is going to be beneficial to Brussels. What does that mean, and what do you think of it?
First of all, I'd like to clarify. Presidency doesn't mean to be a substitution for European Commission or Euro Parliament. It's just to be a head of European Council and to represent Union outside in foreign policy. So this is not, something to change the general direction of EU activity. But just to answer your question, it's necessary just to describe the world we're living in, especially Europe lives in. And in fact, we are living in a real dangers, new dangers coming from the Start-out war, from hybrid wars. We are just heading and challenging big threats in energetics, in freedom of speech, etc., etc., etc. So I think that what Poland can contribute is just to stress the point of security of Europe, and just to make a direction of the Union towards the new system of security. And that's a basic project we have, and the basic agenda of Polish government, and what Mr. Serafin, the commissioner, was speaking about. We really want to protect Europe and to make Europe safe for future threats and the new threats coming from outside and also from inside of the Union. So security in different definitions: military security, energetical security, digital security, etc. That's the agenda we deliver and we want to stress in our presidency.
Understood. But what is coming through in Mr. Serafin's message is that Poland is in some ways uniquely positioned for this role in security of the European Union. What do you think that Poland has that gives it this advantage?
It's just easy. Just watch the map. We are on the east side of Europe, just having a border with Russia, Belarus, Ukraine. We are the first defender and the first line of potential stress coming from the east. So we have a really long story of experience with these countries which threaten the peace and security. And as you probably know, and all viewers know, Poland for long years we're just touching this matter in our politics, in our messaging, in our activities. And in fact, for a long time, European leaders were just very much lazy to understand that the difficult times are coming. So from my point of view, we are, with our experience, with our knowledge, with our skills, we are really able to upgrade the level of European security and protect identity. That's really important for us, and that's why Serafin said we are providing something important for Brussels.
Understood. What do you think is the importance of the fact that the Polish percentage of GDP going towards NATO is higher than any other European country? Do you think that gives Poland a certain edge when it comes to discussions with President-elect Donald Trump?
I think that this is just a way of our protection. This is natural and comes to what I said, to our position on a global map. For a long time, we were very, also like others, we were very sure that we live in a peaceful world and nothing bad comes from the east or from the south. But today, the war in Ukraine adrenalizes Polish politics and policymakers to make a real protection. That's not because of Trump. Trump was appealing to rise these spends for military goals to 3%. We have even more, 4.5%, but it's not the echo of Trump. It's just a need, the real need to protect security in this part of the world. And Poland will be the guard of security. That's I'm sure about.
Understood. But Serafin also said that, without American support, it's highly unlikely that Europe is going to be able to stand up to Putin's aggression. So he seems to be pointing at repairing bridges with the United States and also avoiding any economic taxes and so on that Trump has threatened to impose. What do you make of that?
This is a natural thing, and the center point of a European strategy of defense, not to be alone, to be with the states. And don't forget that the states' participation is not through EU channels, but through NATO. NATO is a basic protection of European nations and European independence. So what we want to deliver as a message to Trump and the new administration in the White House that this special relation, this special treaty, will never be under question from our side. And we believe that Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, the new president, the 47th president of the US, will never question from his side this ally.
Understood. Now, I'd like to focus on Mr. Serafin specifically. What do you think his priorities are as Budget Commissioner?
That's about the European budget, he's at the very beginning of his practice, but I think that he will. He has an agenda of some important points that we should first of all increase spends for protection. And as I said, military protection belongs to NATO, but let's say cybersecurity belongs to Union. So we need to spend much more money for security. Another thing is just energetics, yes. And as you know, energy is really a problem in Europe. So there is a kind of idea behind our back that we should increase the formula of relations in energetical matters too. Donald Tusk proposed 10 years ago the kind of energetical union for Europe. And I think that's another matter to increase spends for, just to make us closer and more working together. Yes. So he is in a position of maneuvering within the budget figures just in order to make this plan of common security more efficient.
He's also talked about the importance of AI going forward, but he does face a bit of a challenge, doesn't he, with the political turmoil going on in the two biggest economies in the European Union, Germany and France. How do you think he's going to cope with those right at the beginning of his new role?
He is not a man to control or to repair economy in Germany and France.
No, but he has to face this situation, this freezing, if you like.
But let me say, I was in Germany. I spent last days in Frankfurt on Main River, and I watched it pretty close how the situation looks like. And I think that they are facing, first of all, political crisis, not economic crisis. I'm sure that the power and the level of technological advantages of German economy will be able to just rise them up after the crisis they have now. Don't forget that they have elections next year, and probably Christian Democrats CDU will come back to Berlin as a governing power, and I'm sure they're able to conduct this economy and politics in the right direction.
The sooner the better, I think.
The real threat. Listen, the real threat we have. This is a new tariff policy proposed by Trump. So until today, we have no.
Well, we're going to have to leave that,
details.
Mr. Chrabota. We're going to have to leave that, unfortunately, for our next conversation. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to share your expertise. Have a good day, sir.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
And that's all from us in this episode of World Talks. Goodbye.